In today's episode, the 1977 Ford Cortina. Hello and welcome to Cortina, your car brochure channel, the channel that brings you car brochures from around the world for the 60s, 70s, 80s and 90s and sometimes beyond those decades as well. So if you're interested in cars, car brochures, looking back at the cars that we all remember and bringing back those memories, then please do consider subscribing. It's all completely free. Anyway, back to today's episode. We started last week a series for a full range Ford car brochures for March 1977 for the Escort. This week, the Cortina. Let's just turn that camera around and have a look. So this is the series that we all decided to do, as in I asked which brochures to do next and you picked this one. The all-range Ford car brochures for March 1977. Like I say, we looked at the Mark II Escorts last week, so this week it is the Cortina. So here we go then. So this is where we're up to, the Ford Cortina, or as it says here, the new Ford Cortina. And the small heading is rather amusingly, a car that is built to last. I don't know about that, Ford, but we'll address that in a moment. But yeah, it's saying the new Ford Cortina because this is shortly after the Mark IV would have been released. I think it went on sale on the 29th of September 1976. So at this time, March 77, it's still, a new design for the Cortina. Now, I was a little bit amused when it said a car that's built to last, because really, you don't see many Mark IVs. They seem to quickly disappear, the Mark IVs. I think they did have some severe rust issues, considering how many they must have sold. You'd think, even though this is a 70s car, they would be everywhere, but you rarely see a Mark IV. If you're going to see any, it's probably going to be a Mark V. So yeah, probably quite a rare Cortina today. So today we're going to look at the full range, see how it was offered in March 77, starting with the lowest model and working our way up. But we'll start with this introduction first. It starts by telling us when a car is as well engineered as the new Cortina, you can feel it as soon as you take the wheel. You can feel it in the way the car rides and holds the road smoothly and firmly. You can sense it in the comfort of the driving position, with controls designed as if they were tailor-made for your hands only. Reliable, economical engines, precise steering control, safe, reliable handling with variable rate rear coil springs, swift gear change, fast response to whatever demands you make on the car. The new Cortina range offers a choice of 5 saloons and 4 estate cars. All the models have carpet, cigar lighter, driver's door mirror, remote control on the Cortina Ghia, hazard warning flashes, servo assisted front disc brakes, and an improved ventilation system. At 70 miles per hour, the air inside the car is changed every 18 seconds. The famous engineering skill of Ford and all the standard features go together to make the new Ford Cortina one of the most practical and luxurious cars in Europe. A car that's built to last, apparently. And here is Tina. Anyway, let's turn to the first page and see how this range begins. So the range starts here with the very base model Cortina Saloon and one model up, the Cortina L. We'll read the text first, learn a bit more about it, and then we'll come back to these rather marvellous images. So the engines then, so the base model Cortina Saloon, you can either have the 1300 economy engine or the 1600 OHC economy. The Cortina L could have the 1300 economy engine, the 1600 OHC economy, or the 1600 OHC standard engine. Moving to the body for the Cortina Saloon, as in the base model, we get an all steel welded integral construction with safety glass all round, zone toughened windscreen, 2 or 4 doors on the 1300 model, 4 doors only on the 1600 model, single tone paint finish, black detailing on the exterior, including black radiator grille, drip rail, rocker panel and windscreen wipers, covered fuel filler, anti-burst door locks, chrome bumpers, childproof locks on rear doors, separate luggage compartment, effective capacity 11.8 cubic feet, spare wheel housed inside the luggage compartment, and an 11.9 gallon fuel tank. Now if we move one model up and go to the L, we don't get much extra really. It just says as the Cortina Saloon with bright detailing on exterior. So Ford was always very clever with the bright work in the 70s, just adding a little bit more as you moved up the range. Wheels and tyres are 165 SR by 13 radial ply tyres on styled wheels with 4.5-inch rims. Brakes, hydraulic dual line, vacuum servo assisted, self-adjusting 9.75-inch front discs and 8-inch rear drums with a floor mounted handbrake. Suspension front independent, short and long arm coil springs and anti-roll bar. Telescopic shock absorbers, rear 4-bar link, variable rate coil springs and anti-roll bar. Telescopic shock absorbers. Exterior equipment, so the Cortina Saloon has a heated rear window, driver's door mirror, 2 rectangular semi-sealed beam headlights, incorporated side lights, direction indicators, reversing lights, rear lights, brake warning lights, reflectors, hazard warning flashes, illumination for rear number plate. Now the Cortina L has the Cortina Saloon but with bright weather strip inserts, bright drip rail cappings, bright window mouldings, black grille below bumper, halogen headlamps, opening rear quarter vents for the 2-door only, bodyside coach line and rubber bumper inserts. Interior equipment for the base model, speedometer, odometer, fuel gauge and water temperature gauge, warning lights for hazard flashes, alternator, oil pressure, main beam and direction indicators, black 2-spoke vinyl finishing steering wheel, 3 lever controls and electric screen wash and 2-speed wipers, chalk control, ignition steering column lock, black carpet in passenger compartment, vinyl trimmed individual front bucket slide mounted seats with adjustment for forward and backward movement, bench rear seat, heater and demister with variable speed fan, eyeball phase level vents and aeroflow ventilation, front and rear ashtrays, glove box, front grab handle and 2 rear coat hooks, black grained fascia finish, black rubber handbrake and gear shift gaiters, black backed sun visors, cigar lighter, colour keyed rear package tray, dipping rear view mirror, boot mat, front door operated courtesy light, static seat belts to drivers and front passenger seats. Inertia reel seat belts are available at extra cost. The Cortina L has the Cortina Saloon but with fabric trim seats, colour keyed carpet, reclining front seats with valances, locking glove box with light, 2 rear grab handles with coat hooks, black trinket tray, vanity mirror, perforated headlining, additional sound insulation, inertia reel seat belts to driver and front passenger seats. And then it moves on to the illustrations. Telling us the Cortina L illustrated has signal yellow paint at extra cost. Wow, extra to get yellow paint. So it then sums this up at the bottom here by saying the Cortina Saloon and Cortina L, well equipped and built to last. 1300 economy or 1600 economy engine, plus 1600 OHC standard engine on the Cortina L. Servo assisted front disc brakes, heated rear window, reversing lights, radial ply tyres, fabric trim and reclining front seats on the Cortina L. Here is your Cortina L then in that signal yellow paint, which it's telling us is extra. I think this is actually, signal yellow is probably my favourite Ford colour of the 70s actually. Unfortunately it is looking a bit distorted because it does fall on the crease sadly. But we can see some of the little extras, you know, extra little bits of bright work on it and a little bit of a sort of stripe there going down the length of the car. And then moving down to the back there, showing a bit more bright work there and Overall, it was quite a big change in design, at least from this Mark IV from the Mark III. Sort of like the sort of all the fashions of the time certainly changed. I'm going to say from a cork bottle design, but it's still a little bit of a cork bottle design, isn't it? But moving down. Now we only get this very tiny little image of the base model. So the two-door 1.3, not even an L. You can certainly see around the windows though the lack of sort of any sort of bright work, and there's certainly no sort of stripe going down the length of the car, and sort of no sort of inserts in the bumpers either. You know, it's really very much a stripped down car. I mean, the Cortina L at this time was extremely basic, so this is certainly one down from that. But I would imagine quite a rare car now to see one of these, a Mark IV two-door 1.3, not even an L. It's got to be a rare car today. A look on the inside of the base model, a sea of vinyl. I'm assuming this is your L model though, looking a little bit nicer. And I've just zoomed into this boot, just showing it is a 1.6 L. But overall, not a bad size boot actually. Anyway, moving up the range. So we turn the page, we get the next model up. And I always think at this particular time, this was quite a big jump from that L to the GL. It tells us elegance in a car that's built to last. Let's see what this has got above that lowly L. So engines for start off are a big jump. We start off with a 1600 OHC standard, but now we can get a 2 litre OHC with a twin choke carburetor. Body, as the Cortina Saloon with bright detailing on exterior, available as a 4-door model only now. Wheels and tyres, sports road wheels with 165 ST by 13 radial ply tyres on 5.5-inch rims. Brakes, as the Cortina Saloon but with 9-inch rear drums on the 2000 engine. Interior equipment, as the Cortina Saloon but with reclining front seats with valances, unique seat style with added comfort and premium fabric trim, diamond. Contoured rear seats with centre armrests, wood instrument surround with black trim, quartz clock, black 4-spoke soft feel steering wheel, door mat pocket, intermittent wipe controls, vinyl trimmed rear package tray, automatic choke on the 2000 model, trip recorder, quilly carpet, locking glove box with light, 2 rear grab handles with coat hooks, trinket tray, vanity mirror, additional sound insulation, perforated headlining, forward push button radio. Inertia reel seat belts to drivers and front passengers seats. And then it tells us the model we're going to look at has got a metallic paint and a rear fog lamp fitted to the vehicle. Illustrated or options available at extra cost. So just a reminder, at this time your rear fog lamp was actually an extra bit of equipment, surprisingly enough. It sort of like sums this up by telling us your Cortina GL has got a 1600 OHC standard or 2000 OHC engine, sports road wheels, halogen headlamps, forward push button radio, intermittent wipe controls, reclined front seats with premium fabric trim. So we get this little bit of an image then, and actually it's not really the best image, it's a bit grainy. We can just about make out that fog lamp though being tacked on as a bit of an afterthought on that rear bumper. Moving down, a look on the interior there. We see a little bit of a rear armrest on there. It does look a little bit nicer. And then the dash shot showing the GL's steering wheel. Bit of a clock on there. Looks like a bit of a wood grained dash there as well. So then the next model up is a particularly interesting model actually, the Cortina S. Performance in a car that's built to last. Let's see what you get on these. So it starts with just one engine model, the 2000 OHC with twin choke carburetor. Body as the Cortina Saloon with black detailing on exterior. Available as a 4-door only. Wheels and tyres are 185/70 SR by 13. Low profile radial tyres on 5.5-inch rim sports road wheels. Brakes as the Cortina Saloon but with 9-inch rear drums. with uprated specification and gas shock absorbers. Exterior equipment as the Cortina Saloon, but with unique black quartz line treatment with S decal, sports road wheels and bright wheel rim embellishers. All black grille with 5.5-inch halogen driving lights, halogen headlamps, black bumper with bumper inserts, overriders, black door handles, lock buttons, door mirrors, black window moulding, black painted back panel, black vinyl centre door pillar, black grille below bumper. And on the inside, we get reclined front seats with valances, unique seat trims in Cadiz fabric, head restraints, wood instrument surround with black trim, tachometer, auto choke, trip recorder, door mat pockets, black console unit including clock, black carpet, intermittent wipe controls, black 4-spoke soft feel steering wheel, locking glove box with light, 2 rear grab handles with coat hooks, PVC grained gear shift gaiter, perforated headlining, Ford push button radio, vanity mirror, additional sound insulation, inertia rear seat belts to driver and front passenger seats. And the model we're going to be looking at has got metallic paint and a rear fog lamp fitted to the vehicle. Illustrated are options available at extra cost. So summing the Cortina S up, we get a 2000 OHC engine, 185/70 SR13 low profile tyres on 5.5 rim sports road wheels, uprated suspension and gas shock absorbers, twin 5.5-inch halogen driving lamps, unique seat trim in Cadiz fabric, head restraints and a Ford push button radio. There is our look at the Cortina S then. So black bumpers obviously stand out, as do those sorts of sports driving lamps, which Ford always used to like putting on more sportier models, didn't they? Another angle, again this isn't the sharpest image, but we'll zoom in a bit. The rear painted black, we can see, it certainly makes it look a little bit more sporty. Do particularly like the seats actually in this sort of striped treatment, certainly livens it up, and particularly if you get this nice yellow example, I think that would have been my pick of the range. But we can go up, and moving up means moving to your top of the range Cortina Ghia, at a time when that Ghia badge really meant something. Lovely vinyl roof. It looks certainly something a little bit special actually, doesn't it? Reminder of, like I say, when the Ghia badge meant something. So we'll move to the right hand side, we'll read the text, see how that differs from the other models. So again, we get that 2000 OHC with twin choke carburetor as being your only engine choice, which I guess is a little bit unusual. Body as the Cortina Saloon with bright and black detailing on exterior, 4-door only. Wheels 185/70 SR/13 low profile radial ply tyres on 5.5-inch rims. Sports road wheels. Brakes as the Cortina Saloon with 9-inch rear drums. Suspension as the Cortina Saloon but with gas-filled shock absorbers. Exterior equipment as the Cortina Saloon but with vinyl roof, tinted glass, overriders, bright weather strip inserts, bright drip rail cappings, black bright window mouldings, bright belt mouldings, unique wide body side moulding, exhaust trim, wheel rim embellishers on sports road wheels, black grille below bumper, remote control door mirror, chrome grille surround, halogen headlamps, rubber bumper inserts, and of course that beautiful Ghia badge. Interior equipment certainly looks a lot more comprehensive now, as the Cortina Saloon but with wood fascia trim, push button radio, tachometer, head restraints, reclining seats with valances trimmed in crushed velour, with Verona inserts and vinyl backs, rear mat pockets and straps, fabric door trim and carpeted lowers, shag pile carpet, door mat pockets, wood door cappings, front centre armrests, black console units including clock, black boot carpet, rear courtesy light with rear door courtesy light switches, boot light, extensive sound insulation, dual tone horn, contoured rear seat with centre armrest, perforated headlining, vinyl trim package tray, fabric trim door armrests, vinyl grained gear shift and handbrake gaiters, glove box with light vanity mirror, 2 rear grab handles and coat hooks, intermittent wipe control, inertia reel seat belts to driver and front passenger seats. And then it says the rear fog lamp, sliding roof, automatic transmission and metallic paint fitted to the vehicle illustrated are options available at extra cost. So it's a proper fully kitted out Ghia by the looks of it. So the Cortina Ghia, luxury in a car that's built to last, all-round tinted glass, luxury interior trim, Ford push-button radio, reclined front seats with head restraints, contoured rear seats with centre armrest and of course a nice vinyl roof. So yes, lovely interior. I'm just trying to zoom in a little bit further on that. Yeah, lovely interior on the Ghia. Now looking at the images, I'm kind of like changing my mind, and I think I prefer to have a Cortina Ghia. They are lovely seats. And the rear seats as well, just about make out the wood door cappings. Dashboarding, yes, finally we do have a rev counter, even though this looks like it's the automatic. But yes, what a lovely looking car in Ghia trim these really are. You kind of forget how nice these must have looked when they were brand new, because we're, I don't know, in my mind at least, I'm more used to seeing them full of rust, and I guess a vinyl roof would probably make it have more issues, but it certainly looks like a really lovely spec'd Cortina, that one. And of course you've got the estate cars as well. It tells us some of the country's best planned estates. Top hinged counterbalance tailgate, 4 doors with childproof locks on rear doors, radial ply tyres, heated rear windows, servo assisted front disc brakes, tailgate wash wipe on L, GL and Ghia models. We're not going to go through the full range. Think of them similarly equipped to the Saloons, of course. You got the very base model just called the Cortina Estate. You got the Cortina L, you got the Cortina GL, and actually you even got a Cortina Ghia Estate. So unlike the Escort, you could have a luxury estate car. So that would have been a nice choice. This one looks particularly nice though in green, with that green interior, doesn't it? I do particularly like that one. And again, they were super practical cars of their time, a great family vehicle, no doubt. Like I said, I really like this particular example in green. I must admit, that looks very nice. That signal green paint, if you're wondering. And again, it tells us the rear fog light fitted is an optional extra. But yeah, that is a nice looking estate car for sure. So one thing we did miss with the Escort video was some of the specifications because we ran out of time, but let's include them for the Cortina. I'm not going to go through them all because again we're going to be a little bit pushed for time, but we can see there the 1300 next to the 1600 economy engines. The 1300 base model doing 0 to 60 in a very pedestrian 19.4 seconds and a top speed of 82 miles per hour. The 1600 economy doing 0 to 16 15.1 seconds, top speed of 88. And then moving to the higher spec engines, the standard 1600 doing a 0 to 60 in a more respectable 12.4 seconds, top speed of 94. That seems a bit better for the time period. And then that top model, the 2000, doing actually a pretty quick performance for the size of the car in 77. 0 to 60, 9.4 seconds, top speed of 103. Not bad at all. So there we go, a quick look through the Cortina range in this 1977 brochure. Next week we'll be looking at the Mark II Ford Capri. But thank you so much for watching. If you did own one of these Cortinas though, please do jot in the comments, see how you got on. I think rust was a bit of an issue though. That's why you rarely see these models anymore. But like I said, thank you so much for watching. We'll end as we always do by saying, please do consider subscribing. It is all completely free. It'll never cost a penny for you to become a subscriber, and it keeps you in touch with the channel. Other good things you can do are to hype the video and also like the video. Much appreciated. I will certainly add another box for you to click on there, which will have all the episodes for this brochure. If you do it straight away, it'll just have the Cortina and the Escort, but eventually the full brochure will be there, and I'll give you another random video on there. But if you go on the page, there are over 800 episodes. I think we're close to 900 episodes of Quartzlight, so there really is something for everybody. So thank you so much for watching. Please do take care. We'll see you very soon. All the best. for the new year. And please do take care. Goodbye.